Hello, my name is Pavel and today is such an exciting day. Today, Bo Burnham tweeted this. And if you don't really want to read the tweet I just put up, basically there's a new 1 hour special. Well, it's not a proper special, it's basically the outtakes from Inside. And if you haven't heard what Inside is, it's basically a comedy special that Bo released on Netflix a year ago, roughly around today. And I am so excited because Inside was kind of like everything for me. I still listen to the soundtrack. Would you call it a soundtrack? I basically still listen to the songs from Inside every single week. I think I've rewatched it like 10 to 15 times, like genuinely. It is fucking incredible and I am so excited to watch the outtakes. Why am I excited to watch the outtakes? Well, I'm excited to get new Bo content and I'm kind of hoping there'll be new music. I love seeing the production side of things because it's incredible to me that he could make something so amazing such as Inside all on his own, and it's just, I cannot comprehend how one can just do that at home, and I kind of want to see how much he lost his mind creating it and just content that was like not in Inside. So exciting. Like, I heard about this in work and I wrote a load of notes. Here's all my notes. Don't know if you can see them. There's a lot of them, but I'm not going to speak about them now because I just want to go watch it and not make this intro super long. So I'm going to quickly shut up and then I'll give you my proper opinions on everything on the Inside outtakes, which is what this is called, and on Inside itself and just everything. So be right back. Hello. I just finished watching the Inside outtakes, but before I kind of start speaking about it, you are set up on the most like ghetto type of setup ever. So let me actually show you on my phone what like this camera is currently standing on. So we have a thing for drying clothes, right? Then we have a laptop on top of it, and then we have you there, and this is what I was watching. There you go. So if everything sounds a little bit different, looks a little bit different, it's because the sun was blinding me in the other place and I just kind of wanted to film from here because I have so many things that I want to say and so much I want to just speak about this. I'm going to just call it Outtakes because it's so much easier than calling it the full title, but that was so enjoyable. Like I feel like whenever I watch movies, like my attention span is great and all that sort of stuff, but the last like 63 minutes or whatever it was, like I just feel like I was so like hypnotized by this for so many reasons. First off, basically, as you know, as I've already mentioned, I fucking loved Inside. Like the original Inside, this is just like an extras, you know, like a deluxe version. Like I loved Inside, and whenever I watched this, it really like mentally took me back to like mid 2021 and just being like having absolutely no hope about absolutely anything. And it's so interesting for me to kind of, obviously we saw Inside, right? We saw Inside and whatever, but then seeing the behind the scenes of it was very interesting at the same time. Like I know in Inside, it obviously shows how much he was struggling mentally just to actually complete the project, and in this, he was literally like, hey, I'm filming this part because I'm literally giving up. And you could see that he had like 40 takes for every single song, and he's just very visually and like very obviously losing his mind. And that to me is interesting because whenever I watched Inside, I always saw just kind of like a polished off version of everything, and just kind of taking away that like aspect of like, you know, it's really hard to kind of phrase what I'm trying to say. Like, you obviously know that he didn't get everything in first take, and obviously it took him like an entire year or whatever, like 9 months or 10 months or whatever to complete this. But actually seeing like how much he continuously fucked up made it feel more, I don't know, like human. I don't know if that's like the right way of saying it. Like I definitely find it difficult to explain every single thought that I'm saying, but like I'm trying my best here, okay? And this video isn't going to be like a main type of video that I make. It's just going to be like a side thing because I'm just like, I really am really passionate about this and I really loved it. And I have so many notes on my phone that I'm going to look at in a second, and yeah, and I'll just tell you what I thought about it, but just give me a sec. The first note that I have on my phone is there was like a weird different version of Problematic. Like, it was an entirely different theme and it was a completely different set of lyrics, but the music in the background was still problematic, and I was like, oh, okay. That was like the first thing that I noticed. I was like, oh, so we are getting new music, and you do get so much new music in this fucking special, in this Outtakes episode, or whatever you want to call it. Like, there's so much content that he just decided not to put in. And that's another note that I have on my phone. I really love the fact that he had so much extra content. Like, he probably had like 5 to 10 extra songs and so many extra skits, and he didn't just chuck it in because he had it to quickly pump out a special. He was like, you know what, this doesn't fit like the storyline, this doesn't feel like the edit, it just doesn't feel like it should be right. And he didn't even put it out on like deluxe. You know the way like people release like albums, for example, and then like the next week they release like a deluxe version with like 10 extra songs that just aren't that good, but they just kind of pump them out. He didn't do that. He left it until like a year after, and he put it on YouTube, which is another point that I have for this, is that like this makes it extremely accessible. Like, I know not everybody has Netflix, obviously, but YouTube is free, and those who have like obviously internet connection to the internet can listen to a lot of the outtakes. And I don't know, I just really like that. And I know that like he kind of became famous or whatever from YouTube, and he has a lot of specials on YouTube and a lot of content on YouTube, so it felt right. I'm glad it didn't go on like a weird thing on Netflix or something like that. I don't know. The next thing I kind of have in my notes is there's so many things that I really wanted to see without like the music in the background, to see like how crazy he definitely looks, and seeing how the world works without like the background noises. And he has Socko and he's doing this over and over and over and over again, and he looks crazy. Needed that. And I also love like visually White Woman's Instagram, how beautiful that looks like as a finished music video. But every time I watch it, I'm like, he definitely had to be like, he was just in the room like giggling to himself, like holding like this cup of like coffee with like this weird like inspirational quote on it, and like laughing to himself and all this. And I was like, I would really love to see what he actually looked like as he was making it. And you know what, this actually shows you what he actually looked like. And it was you know, it wasn't with just those 2 songs. Like he shows it with so many songs of just what he actually looked like, and how, as I mentioned before, how many takes it kind of took to make it polished and make it really interesting, you know, and make it like, not interesting, make it like finished. Sorry, I'm kind of just speaking at the top of my head. I'm not really thinking, I'm just kind of getting everything off my chest. And the most annoying thing is I'm going to watch this a few more times, obviously, and I know once I have this video like uploaded and everything like that, I'm going to be like, oh, I have so much more to say, and I know I'm going to be watching this back and I'm going to be like, fuck, I should have said this, fuck, I should have said this. But this is my first watch. Okay, hello. So yes, I do have something else to add, believe it or not. So at this part where he's like showing the edit, I'm just going to mute it to make it a bit more better, I guess. It says inside deluxe score stems, so I guess the songs will be uploaded to Spotify eventually. You know, it's only an hour, so I'm definitely going to watch it many times, and I'm probably going to find like versions of the songs on YouTube and just listen to them in my car. And the next thing that I have is, I really like, whenever you see something being like outtakes or behind the scenes, you kind of expect like a rough cut or like just like a half-assed type thing. Well, I do personally, and I was like, okay, is this just going to be like a load of clips put together? But then in my head I was like, you know what, I have faith in Bo Burnham. I know this is going to be really interesting, and I felt like this obviously wasn't, this was a little bit rough. It's not meant to be perfect. It's not like an Inside 2 or whatever. It just felt like a different version of Inside that wasn't just polished, but still had so much interesting content in it. And it's so funny seeing like where he started with some songs or some themes and how he completely changed it. Like I know in like All Eyes on Me, he had a completely different set of lyrics and completely different visuals. Like he had this like really weird fucking a night camera type thing, and you could see like his teeth and eyes were fully blacked out because it was a night vision camera. But he completely changed it, and it's so weird because the inside we know is with the lyrics that we know, if you know what I mean. But when you hear a different version that was very possibly going to come out, it's so strange seeing that. Like it's so weird. But if it was flipped around, what if we got the version that we got in the outtakes and it was shown, if we got the version that was shown in the outtakes initially in the inside, and then the outtakes had the inside version, if you know what I mean, it would still feel foreign, it would still feel the same. And I find that so interesting. I don't know, I get so inspired by like the creative process, especially in something like this. Like there's so many like mini weird skits, like the podcast one or like the interview one where he has like a load of webcams. Like stuff like that just fascinates me. Like it's just, especially knowing that he just started making like really weird songs on his like keyboard and guitar from his bedroom, and now he makes shit like this on his own. And it's just really inspiring to me. Like I know I will never be able to achieve anything like that, and that's fine. You know, it's fine. But it's just so motivating and so interesting for me to see somebody make that on their own, because like I love the finished content, I love Inside obviously, but there's something like amazing to me for like just seeing the creative process, or kind of like the mentality of what was happening, and seeing like the building blocks to actually make it the final project that it was. Even like making the outtakes took him like months to do, as he said on Twitter and Instagram or whatever, and I don't know, it's just really motivating to see like an artist just put in that much effort, and it really shows. Like, it's fucking incredible, and I really enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it, and I already have Inside queued for Instagram. I already have Inside queued for Spotify when I'm in the car tomorrow morning for work, and I'm so excited to listen to it again for like the millionth and first time. I think that's everything I kind of have to say about the outtakes thing. Let me quickly check my phone and then I'll tell you. The only thing different that I don't think I've mentioned is I would just like full versions of the songs that are in outtakes to come out on Spotify, but they'll either be on like YouTube, because I can literally see Bo Burnham living in the future like a thumbnail, because somebody's already re-uploaded it, and I would definitely love it on Spotify, but that's just for selfish reasons, because I want to listen to it over and over again. Basically, let me actually get my sheet. Remember the sheet I showed you at the start? One sec. Here's my sheet of stuff that I have. The stuff that I have said on this is I didn't expect there to be an outtakes type thing, but I mean, I'm not surprised. I also said why I fell in love with Inside, and I think I've definitely mentioned that quite clearly throughout this video. I've basically said everything that I wanted to say. Everything that's on the sheet that I've already mentioned. See, I write all these notes and I never even use them half the time. So that is everything that I have to say about the Inside outtakes. This isn't going to be a proper like amazing video. This is just a chitty chat type thing, and if you did make it this far into the video, please tell me if you did enjoy it, and if you did, please sub, like it, you know, do everything, all that sort of stuff. And I always ask at the end of all of my videos, what movie should I watch next, or what comedy special, or whatever. Just tell me what I should watch next, please. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.